नमस्कार। श्री Ramakrishna Kathamrita. कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदादतं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृतो प्रथम भाग चतुर्थ खंडो सप्तम परिच्छेद. And in the seventh chapter of the fourth section of first volume of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna in Bengali. In our today's reading, Sri Ramakrishna is going to tell us about two kinds of devotion, Dvividha Bhakti and most eligible aspirant, Uttam Adhikari, who is the most eligible aspirant for attaining the self-realization, God realization on this path of devotion, which Sri Ramakrishna is time and again he has told us it is the best suited path for this Kali Yuga. And also Ishbor Darshaner Upayur. What are the means to God realization? In our previous reading, Sri Ramakrishna has emphasized that till the time the person has this body consciousness, Dehatma Buddhi, till then it is not good to be follower on the, it is extremely difficult to follow the path of knowledge. Because every now and then we are distracted towards our bodily needs. In this Kali Yuga, Sri Ramakrishna has told that our survival depends on food, not like the olden days. And therefore, it is extremely difficult to get rid of this body consciousness, and till the body consciousness retains, it is extremely difficult to walk on the path of knowledge. And therefore, Sri Ramakrishna says in this Kali Yuga, path of bhakti, because we are not able to get rid of our ego, we are not able to come out of the concept of being different from the Lord. I and you, since that is there, we cannot straightway jump into the seventh plane and say Aham Brahmosmi. No. Or we cannot say Soham. It doesn't work. Till the time you don't. And therefore Sri Ramakrishna says, in fact, the path of devotion is so beautiful that people, even after attaining samadhi, they bring down their minds to sixth, fifth planes. To enjoy that communion with the Lord, to enjoy that devotion and love and faith on the Lord, on the Master, on the Mother. So people take this route of becoming a child of the Mother, becoming a servant of the Master, becoming a devotee of the Lord. And now Sri Ramakrishna further is going to explain to us on about this path of devotion. Into bhakti omni korle ishwar ke pawa joy na. Just saying I am a devotee, you cannot have the God realization. Just saying, oh, I have great devotion for Mahakali, I have great devotion for Lord Krishna, I have great devotion for Buddha, I have great devotion for Jesus. Simply by saying it, I cannot have God realization. Bhakti omni korle ishwar ke pawa যায় না, প্রেমা ভক্তি না হলে ঈশ্বর লাভ হয় না. Unless you have intense love for God, you cannot have God realization. প্রেমা ভক্তির আর একটি নাম রাগ ভক্তি. This prema bhakti, this intense love has also another name. It is called as passionate love for the Lord. Raga Bhakti, that passionate devotion. Unless until one has that, one cannot have God realization by simply, repeating like a parrot, I am a great devotee, I am a great devotee. I am devotee of this Lord. I am devotee of this goddess. No, it won't work. You have to have intense love, passionate love. Only then प्रेम अनुराग ना होले भगवान लाभ होए ना. Unless you have that love, unless you have that passion, you cannot realize God. ঈশ্বরের উপর ভালোবাসা না এলে তাকে লাভ করা যায় না. How? Before uh, yeah, realizing the God, before uh, uh, getting accepted by the Lord, you first should start loving your chosen deity. Without that, no, without love, nothing happens on the path of devotion. Simply repeating it makes no sense. Therefore, you cannot attain him unless and until you have intense love, you have passionate love. Love is the only thing which is going to uh, melt the heart of the Lord, which is going to melt the heart of your mother, and then Lord, the mother, is going to give you that vision, is going to make you know what is that entity, the Lord, what is that real knowledge, what is that ultimate reality. It is possible only through love. আর এক রকম ভক্তি আছে. And Sri Ramakrishna says the devotion is, there is another kind of devotion. Our naam Vaidhi Bhakti is called as Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti. What is this? এ তো জপ করতে, উপাস করতে হবে, তীর্থে যেতে হবে, এ তো উপচারে পূজা করতে হবে, এতগুলি বলিদান দিতে হবে, এসব বৈদিক ভক্তি, the ritualistic worship. Apart from mentally, surrendering yourself at the holy feet of the Lord, at the holy feet of the Mother, with great love, with intense love, with passionate love. Another way of devotion is this Vedi Bhakti, the ritualistic worship. And what happens in this ritualistic worship? Ito job korte. The specified number of times you have to chant the name. 1008 times, 108 times, 1008 times, 10,008 times. In fact, our Holy Mother Ma says one should do the japa of at least 15, 20,000 times to awaken that devotion for divine. And Ma used to say when she was at Dakshineshwar, she used to chant the name, she used to do japa 1 lakh times. Just imagine the supernatural natural quality. And so, eto job korte. So the specified number of times, fixed number of times, they do japa. Then upash korte hobe, they undertake fasting. Just to please the Lord, just to please the Mother. Tirthe jote hobe, undertake pilgrimages. Visit this holy place, visit that holy place. ये तो उपचारे पूजा करते हो भैया. All the ritualistic worship with the specified ingredients, the specified norms. Keep on worshipping the deity every day. এতগুলি বলিদান দিতে হবে. You have to even make sacrifices. Now, sacrifices what? Not only just the animal sacrifice. Even sacrificing some of your wants and desires and wishes. And also you can offer a sacrifice to your Lord. I love sweets very much. Okay, please my mother, I'm going to stop eating sweets. Can I do that? So that is also a sacrifice. Just to please the mother. And if you undertake such sacrifices with intense love for the Lord, with intense love for the mother, with intense love for your chosen deity, for your Ishta Devata, you are going to have the God vision. Eshob Boiti Bhakti. All these things Sri Ramakrishna has narrated, fixed number of japa and the ritualistic worship, fasting, undertaking pilgrimages, and undertaking some sacrifices, offering some sacrifices to the Lord, to the Mother. These all come under the ritualistic devotion. এসব উনি করতে করতে ক্রমে রাগ ও ভক্তি আসে, continuously doing this, practicing it, practicing even this kind of Vaiti Bhakti, this kind of ritualistic worship, you develop that passionate love for the Lord. You get so much involved in performing the ritualistic worship. You know that there is a tradition that when you are doing ritualistic worship, you first of all wake up the deity, then you brush the teeth of the deity, you give bath, you put on clothes, you offer, then you offer the flowers, then you offer the incense stick, and then you wave the lamp in front of your chosen deity, all these things. So when you are doing this with great devotion, that passionate devotion, that passionate love for God automatically arises in your mind. That is what Sri Ramakrishna is saying. Esho korte korte krome, gradually. It won't happen all of a sudden, maybe. Gradually. Rago bhakti ashe. You will get that passionate love. You will get that intense love for the God. তার উপর ভালোবাসা চাই. You should start loving the deity. Without that, nothing will happen. Without love, if you are just formally doing all this ritualistic worship, okay, come on God, wake up, come on God, now it is time to take bath, I will give you bath, now I will change your clothes, all these things doing formally as a ritual, no. You should have love as an ingredient attached to it. Your worship, your ritualistic worship should have an element of love attached to it. তার উপর ভালোবাসা চাই. You should have love for the Lord. You should have love for the deity. সংসার বুদ্ধি একবারে চলে যাবে আর তার উপর 16 আনা মন হবে, তবে তাকে পাবে, তবে তাকে পাবে. Once all your attachment to the world, to the worldly enjoyments goes away. Once the worldly consciousness goes away, সংসার বুদ্ধি একবারে চলে যাবে. Once that worldly consciousness goes, আর তার উপর 16 আনা মন হবে. The 16 anas, 100% you are able to devote your mind to your chosen ideal. তবে তাকে পাবে. Only then you cannot, nothing less than 100%, no. You have a partial mind attached to the world consciousness, worldly consciousness, and partly doing all those ritualistic obligations for that matter. You cannot. You should have 100% dedication. Soul ana. That is the term Sri Ramakrishna always uses. 16 anas, like in earlier days we have explained this time and again, wherever Sri Ramakrishna used this term soul ana. 1 rupee used to be constituted of 16 anas. 6 paise was 1 ana, 16 anas was 1 rupee. That is 100%. Also, although theoretically it is 96 paise, but in those days, the currency of those times, 16 annas used to become 1 rupee. And Sri Ramakrishna says, nothing less than Shol Anna, nothing less than 100% can give you God realization. You should have, your mind should be 100% devoted, 100% surrendered to the Lord. You should love Lord 100%. No partiality, no partial love, no. 90% here on the world, 10% on the Lord, no. 99% giving my love to the world, the worldly enjoyments, and 1% to the Lord, no. To have, to attain the God, you have to give 100%. Only then that intense love, intense devotion, passionate devotion for the Lord arises in the mind. Only after giving 100%. Nothing below that. So that is Sri Ramakrishna has started teaching us about the various forms of devotion. He has told us about Prema Bhakti, Raga Bhakti, and also told us about the Vaidhi Bhakti, ritualistic worship. Now, any mode of worship one can undertake, provided one gives 100%. Without that, God realization, attaining your chosen ideal is just not possible. So that is the teaching in our today's reading from this seventh chapter of Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. We will take a break here for the day. In our next reading, that Sri Ramakrishna is telling about some people. They suddenly get raga bhakti, that passionate love, passionate devotion. It comes automatically to them. Now, what kind of those people are, we'll see tomorrow. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swami.